In chapter 19, verse 9, Sennacherib sends more messengers to Hezekiah. And in this round, he denounces the very character of God. So first, God is not able to deliver you. He's not powerful enough to deliver you. And then secondly, he says in chapter 19, verse 9, do not let your God in whom you trust deceive you, saying Jerusalem shall not be given into the hand of the king of Assyria. This man calls God a liar. Don't believe what God says. Don't let God deceive you and give you a false hope here, Hezekiah. And then again, he compares God to the idols that couldn't protect the people who worship them. There's an interesting contrast in this passage. You have Hezekiah and the inhabitants of Judah who are building their hope on, thus says the Lord. And on this side, you have the Rabshakeh, Sennacherib, and the Assyrians who, this is their perspective, thus says the king of Assyria. Can you see the head-on conflict here? Thus says the Lord versus thus says Sennacherib. Well, much like last Sunday night, we get this amazing glimpse into what's happening behind the scenes. I mean, this is a charged episode here. This is really tense, and the stakes are very high. Tonight we're going to see from the mouth of the prophet Isaiah a behind-the-scenes look at what's happening in this conflict between Assyria and Judah. There's two statements from Isaiah that I want to examine with you. The first is in 2 Kings chapter 19, and it begins in verse 20. I'm going to read just part of the prophecy. This is verses 20 through 28. Then Isaiah the son of Amos sent to Hezekiah, saying, thus says the Lord God of Israel, because you have prayed to me against Sennacherib, king of Assyria, I have heard. This is the word which the Lord has spoken concerning him. The virgin, the daughter of Zion, has despised you, laughed you to scorn. The daughter of Jerusalem has shaken her head behind your back. Whom have you reproached and blasphemed? Against whom have you raised your voice and lifted up your eyes on high? Against the Holy One of Israel. By your messengers you have reproached the Lord and said, by the multitude of my chariots I have come up to the height of the mountains, to the limits of Lebanon. I will cut down its tall cedars and its choice cypress trees. I will enter the extremity of its borders to its fruitful forest. I have dug and drunk strange water, and with the soles of my feet I have dried up all the brooks of defense. Did you not hear long ago how I made it? From ancient times that I formed it? Now I have brought it to pass that you should be for crushing fortified cities into heaps of ruins. Therefore their inhabitants had little power. They were dismayed and confounded. They were as the grass of the field and the green herb and the grass on the housetops and grain blighted before it is grown. But I know your dwelling place. You're going out and you're coming in, and your rage against me. Because your rage against me and your tumult have come up to my ears, therefore I will put my hook in your nose and my bridle in your lips, and I will turn you back by the way which you came. And we'll stop right there. Wow. Thus says the king of Assyria, here's what I'm going to do to you. And Isaiah's response is, thus says the Lord, I'll put my hook in your nose and I'll turn you around the way I want you to go. This is a wonderful demonstration of the sovereignty of God. But I want you to see a few things here in Isaiah's prophecy. I want you to see Sennacherib's contempt for God, his hate for God, and his pride in his exploits.